So it has been revealed that DC Films had a slate before Discovery came in. And apparently, these were their plans. Hey, welcome back to the Ping Pong Flix. My name is Chris Wong. So we all know about the 2017 Justice League fiasco. But already by 2018, Walter Hamada came into DCEU and created his own slate, apparently, that, no one knew about until now. This is coming from the Hollywood Reporter. DC Films reset adds more confusion for Warner Brothers slate. Now, obviously, this looks like it's coming out now because it's trying to show that Walter Hamada had things all together. He had a slate, he had a plan, even though, this is kind of the first time we're even hearing about this. It was just some rumors here and there, but they never once showed that they actually had a plan. It almost feels like they're throwing this out there to try to save his job. Maybe. But so after Batgirl got canceled, blog sites, fan sites, trades, they're all contacting everyone and everybody at Warner Brothers apparently and trying to get to the bottom of DC Films. What's still happening? What's canceled? Everybody's like running around like chickens without their heads. It's insane. That's why pretty much every day we're getting like updated news of what's going on at DC. When in fact, David Zaslav hasn't actually revealed what's going on with DC. Maybe he's still waiting for that DC Films head, I don't know. But it does seem up in the air for a lot of these different projects that were apparently in development. Well, first, according to this article, these are the projects that are still happening. The Suicide Squad filmmaker James Gunn has multiple projects in development at DC, including Season 2 of Peacemaker, which is moving forward. Insiders say Blue Beetle, starring Jolo Maridueña as DC's first Latino superhero to topline a movie, is also on track for its August 2023 release date, which is interesting. That means that it's actually going to come out after the Flash movie. So when we thought the Flash movies were like the last movie of this current DC, I guess Blue Beetle is really the last movie of this current DC. The studio is also moving full steam ahead with a sequel to Joker, with Lady Gaga confirming her casting the morning of the Warner Bros. Discovery earnings call. And of course we go to the other 4 movies that we know that is still coming out and they're working on it apparently to make them better. We have Aquaman, The Lost Kingdom, and then there's Shazam, Fury of the Gods. But what's interesting in this article is the notes given for Black Adam and The Flash. Apparently it's been confirmed in this article that Black Adam did have a June test screening, and this is what they said about it. That film had a June test screening, including a new post-credit scene introducing a new element to Johnson's place in the DC universe. And when I searched up June test screening, it just came out to that same test screening that I talked about in my other video, if you want to go and check it out. That Black Adam test screening had added a post-credit scene that could be involving this guy. No, not me, but this guy. In addition, they also talked about the Flash movie as well. Apparently, Miller participated in regularly scheduled additional photography over the summer, apparently without incident, before being charged with burglary. They also said the Flash movie continuously tested well. What is that additional photography for the Flash movie? I don't know, but it had to do with Ezra Miller. I was hoping they'd add in a little additional photography saying, Henry Cavill showed up or Ben Affleck showed up. There's still time. Even throw in Ray Fisher while you're at it. Of course, after, Mr. Hamada leaves. But apparently because of the whole Batgirl thing and how it kind of disrupted this whole slate, it said that these Warner Brothers executives were pissed. Now, let's go to the films that were in development and may no longer be happening. Rumors circulated about introducing the Secret Six, a villain team that in the comics have been Suicide Squad antagonists. And I've talked about that before as well. I thought it was going to be like a Peacemaker series and James Gunn was going to direct it, but it does make sense for a group like Secret Six that it would be a theatrical movie. More concretely, Warner's had a Supergirl movie. Yes, Sasha Calle was going to reprise her role as Supergirl, and if you know what happens after the current Flash movie, you know that Supergirl was going to kind of take over Superman's role. Superman would not exist in in that new world. Then they were going to have a Green Lantern Corps movie. Now, this one is unclear whether they were going to adopt the same older Hal Jordan and having a younger Jon Stewart. Was it going to connect to the Green Lantern Corps on HBO Max? Who knows? And maybe we'll never know at this point. They were going to have a Static Shock movie as well. And that's the one we kind of knew for a while now. Michael B. Jordan was involved in that, so don't know if that's still happening. Plus, they were going to introduce the J.J. Abrams produced Black Superman film from writer Ta-Nehisi Coates. Yeah, that was still happening. And I wouldn't be surprised that instead of bringing Henry Cavill back as Superman, they were going to have Supergirl be in charge. There's going to have a Black Superman. Yeah. But development has apparently slowed or stopped altogether. We don't know. Are these movies still happening? Maybe not. Because none of those features had directors attached to them. And then get this. At the end of all this, and I don't know how far along, but Walter Hamada's plan was to have a Crisis on Infinite Earths, which is a take on the DC comic story that was adapted for TV on the CW. Now, if you already know about The Flash and the ending of The Flash, there was a kind of a tease to some type of crisis event, which yes, the CW has already done, but granted, if this was going to be a big budget, it would have been a big event film. With the exception of Ben Affleck as Batman, having no Henry Cavill as Superman as part of it, and then just kind of introducing and utilizing all these secondary DC characters to be the heroes for the Crisis on Infinite Earths, maybe we kind of dodged a bullet here. And like I said, I don't know how far along this crisis was going to be, but simply that they've said all these movies were in development and then a Crisis on Infinite Earths, it doesn't sound like it was totally that far down the road. It makes me believe that scoopers from before were right, that they were going to have this new Justice League members be comprised of Supergirl, Batgirl, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Shazam, The Flash, Blue Beetle, and so on and so forth. Some say Hamada's plan for Crisis on Infinite Earth was to kind of do a huge reboot reset with the characters he wants to work with going on from there, which may be that Black Superman and maybe Robert Pattinson's Batman, or it could just be Supergirl and Batgirl taking on the mantle. But like I said, this was the slate from before. Apparently David Zaslav had already pressed the reset button. What exactly is the 10-year plan? And does it include any of these projects that they had previously had in development? Feels like these executives are crying out about the potential of their plan. They're telling everybody finally about their plan, but maybe it's a little too late. But hey, I don't know, what do you think of these films that were supposed to go into development leading up to a Crisis on Infinite Earths? Do you think it would have been awesome, or did we really dodge a bullet here? Share your thoughts in the comments down below.